long before there was Christmas. The family sits separate around the tree, among wrapped gifts tied in ribbonry, carols on the telly, and turkey on a spit, sweets being chewed, mobiles all lit. Cars parked outside under fairy lights, hanging from trees and eaves through the night, underfloor heating at 30 degrees, T-shirts with logos and neatly pressed jeans. The house is just one of millions at play, fleetingly observing a Middle Eastern day. A babe in a barn and 3 wise men, a virgin mother and a Bethlehem. But long before that, and swamped by time, there was a feast which had more reason and rhyme. Family gatherings had an intimate knowledge of why they must gather and pay the sun homage. This was the solstice, the mid-winter feast that marked the new sun's ascent in the east. Before the invention of prophets and gods, and the wheel and the horse were not yet shod, when spears and arrows had flint splinter tips, and tying was done with fine leather strips, and wolves became dogs to guard the camps, while the moon and torch were nightly lamps. On this shortest day and longest night, hunters and farmers engaged in a rite to banish the dark and nurture the sun, and remember a year of lives come and gone. They doused an infant, the newest born, and pressed its lips with salvia corn, and girded its ankles in a flowery thread, and a cloth soaked in rosemary tied round its head. And they built their fires under holy trees, whose fruit made a potion that set the soul free to voyage across the sea of dreams in a burning raft of juniper leaves. With root crops and sour fruit, sweetening the tongue, fermented in honey while the old sun still shone, with stored grain baked in a twisted braid, in a pocket of embers while the old year was laid. Under the black with its prescient stars, they drank to forget the previous year's scars, and toasted the kin who were lost to the feast, and would never again share the flesh of the beast. They drummed and chanted the ancient songs that nurtured the sun and made it strong. And they sang for the stars that mapped all new birth, and sang for the rains that nourished the earth. For much of history, this feast's potent power fueled the sun so that nature could flower, and then it was stolen and given a new face by creeds where such rituals no longer held place. And with their going, all communion was lost, nature disowned at humanity's cost, replaced by feasts both specious and crude in praise of false gods and material goods. The family sits separate around the tree, among wrapped gifts tied in ribbonry, carols on the telly, and turkey on a spit, sweets being chewed, mobiles all lit. So that was long before there was a Christmas. I wonder whether I'll be invited to join a Stonehenge winter gathering after this poem. Anyway, I wish everyone a warm, intimate gathering during this festive time, and lots of good fortune in 2024, which, I believe, is the year of the wood dragon. Go in peace. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.